Hello everyone in the world. My name is Aiden Storm, but you can call me Sleazy D Parcheesi if you'd like. Today we will be discussing the 5 important reasons why Chris Barnes is the greatest metal vocalist in human history. Death metal is perhaps the best and the greatest subgenre of metal, and we can thank the mighty Possessed and Death for pioneering the genre. But there is one certain individual who evolved the genre and changed the music scene as we know it, and his name is Alex Terrible from Slaughter to Prevail. Chris Barnes. Chris Barnes' early vocals from Eaten Back to Life all the way through The Bleeding and even 6 Feet Under's Haunted changed the way many vocalists around the world would utilize their voice through song. He pretty much invented the death growls, and that is fucking amazing. So enough with the introduction. Let's growl right into the 5 top reasons why Chris Barnes is the greatest vocalist of all time. Number 5. If it wasn't for Paul Mazurkiewicz and Alex Webster, Cannibal Corpse would never exist. Therefore, Chris Barnes wouldn't exist and would be a floating E in space smoking weed. Big shout out to Alex and Paul.
Seriously though, I fucking love you guys.
Number 4. The second reason why Chris Barnes is the greatest metal vocalist of all time is because of his luscious long locks. I mean, look at them. I could cut a gram of hair off his head, grind it in a nug grinder, and get higher than Willie Nelson on angel dust. If you ask me, that sounds like a jolly good time. Number 3. My channel wouldn't receive recognition if Chris Barnes never existed. We can all thank Nightmares of the Decomposed for creating such a magnificent, memeable album and worst metal album ever created. Number 2. Chris Barnes acknowledges the fact that he's not the best metal vocalist. But I say, fuck what he says. He's the best metal vocalist, even if my opinion is 100% fictional. Once upon a time, there lived the greatest vocalist of all time, Chris Barnes. That's me. I created death metal, not Possessed or Death, or Alex or Paul. It was all me. Everything else you hear is a lie. And then one day, hundreds of years ago, in the year 1995, the rest of the band members of Cannibal Corpse kicked out Chris Barnes, me, for absolutely no reason at all. So then Cannibal Corpse changed its name to 6 Feet Under, starring its original member, Chris Barnes. That's me, as the frontman. And my vocals have been improving ever since. If you ask me, Nightmares of the Decomposed is the greatest record of all time, even better than Michael Jackson's Thriller. And Chris Barnes, that's me, lives happily ever after. The end. Also, Corpse Grinder sucks. Number 1. Lastly, for the moment you've all been waiting for, Here is the final reason why Chris Barnes is the best metal vocalist of all time. It's here, it's wow, it's now, and how. The world has gotten better since Chrissy dropped the E-bomb on the metal scene. You cannot get away from it anytime you see or mention the name Chris Barnes. Many years in the making, and death metal definitely changed for the better. And for the worst. 6 Feet Under may be the shittiest death metal band of all time, but Chris EEEE Barnes will forever go down as the best and worst metal vocalist of all time. The end.
Real.
Keep it brutal! Summer breeze!